Morning, small business community. My name is Leland McFarland with Small Business Trends, and you have arrived at the Small Biz Spotlight, where we like to shine a light on the information that small business owners need to know, would like to know, interested in. Anyways, let's get into the news. Let's just start right away. All right, I'm more of a fan of this layout. All right, first up, we have Lyft clarifying pricing changes. It's an algorithm. So, in a bid to improve customer understanding, Lyft has clarified its pricing model, particularly in light of surge pricing concerns. Lyft's algorithm adjusts fares based on real time conditions, including demand and driver availability. Lyft's executive vice president, Sid Patel emphasized that riders are purchasing a service from people rather than a product off the shelf, highlighting the unique nature of ride sharing. The pricing is influenced by several factors: trip specifics like distance and duration, how many drivers are available, and additional fixed costs such as tolls and taxes. For small business owners, this means that prices can fluctuate based on when rides are booked. During peak demand, prices may rise, although this is intended to attract more drivers to meet the demand. Small businesses can benefit from understanding Lyft's pricing. They can save by scheduling rides during off peak times, enhance accessibility for client meetings, and take advantage of targeted discounts. Analyzing ride usage trends can help with budgeting and travel expenses. However, there are challenges such as unpredictable price fluctuation, demand variances during busy periods. So, I'm more of an Uber person. I tried Lyft once and they're like, go half a mile away for a pickup. And this is in an area that I was unfamiliar with, and it was just a huge disaster. And that may have just been a one-off kind of situation, but I'm more of an Uber. But even with Uber, you got fluctuations with pricing. This is just kind of par for the course when it comes to these kind of ride share situations. So I'm not sure what people are concerned about when this. I mean, this is recent. This isn't like this came out shortly after Lyft came going on, but I mean, yeah, this is. I've been using rideshare for years now, and this is just kind of par for the course. I don't get why people are so shocked. You got that shocked Pikachu face. But yeah, let's just move on to the next one. IBM. New study from IBM. In a recent study by the IBM Institute for Business Value, a staggering 91% of executives admit they lack clarity on their organization's dependencies on artificial intelligence. This poses a significant challenge, particularly for small businesses that are increasingly incorporating AI into their daily operation. The study, which surveyed 1,000 senior executives, found that 98% struggle to meet data residency and sovereignty regulations, which are essential for compliance. One key concern is that many businesses are unaware of the risks involved with various AI vendors and systems. A 7-day outage from any vendor, for instance, could severely disrupt operations, a situation small businesses simply cannot afford. And Paula Asis, senior vice president at IBM, emphasized that AI introduced complexities that traditional governance systems weren't designed to handle. On average, companies have faced 6 AI-related disruptions in the past 2 years, primarily due to vendor issues. However, businesses that invest in resilient AI systems can better shield their profits from such disruptions. Surprisingly, only 7% of surveyed companies have advanced AI control capabilities. While 73% of respondents aim for a multi vendor approach, internal business factors often affect vendor selections, creating knowledge gaps that complicate decision making. Yet, many executives show a willingness to increase cost to improve AI flexibility, indicating a recognition of the importance of investing in effective AI solutions. I totally get that. I use quite a bit of AI in my systems. I bought myself it's a gaming computer that I kind of turned into an AI server that handles a lot of my AI stuff, and I'm slowly upgrading it to do more and more. Um, so it's very important to be able to have the right AI. I'm kind of kicking myself. I'm researching it now. I should have gone down a totally different path, but it is what it is, and what I got right now will work for me for now until I can get something better. But yes, making sure that you have the right AI solution for what you're doing. If you're a small business and you're just doing your small businessy thing, you're managing your store, this may not or doing your plumbing or electrical work or something to that effect, this may not be something that really matters too much to you, because I doubt you're going to be creating AI systems. Just kind of stick with the AI that's built in with a lot of these companies out there, QuickBooks and Zoho and Salesforce, those kinds of AIs. That's going to be perfect for your for the average small business owner. Well, Zen Business is making its AI business guide, Velo, more accessible to new entrepreneurs. This initiative aims to assist those transitioning from a business idea to a structured plan without incurring costs for more formal services. The Austin based company announced Tuesday, just a couple of days ago, that Velo is now available for free on its website and mobile app, featuring a new tool called Velo Blueprint, which crafts a personal step by step plan depending on where an individual is starting or growing their business. Many aspiring business owners often feel lost at the beginning, unsure of whether to form an LLC or how to validate their ideas. Velo addresses this by providing guidance tailored to each user's need. Zen Business reports that Velo has had over 2 million conversations since its launch in July of 2025, helping users generate business concepts, estimate costs, and navigate tasks. CEO Ross Burford noted that about 60% of entrepreneurs preferred AI guidance to overcome fears of making mistakes and uncertainty. Velo offers clarity and a roadmap for tasks like market research or understanding their business legal requirements. While AI can address many questions, human experts are still available for complex decisions. So I got to actually sit down with the CEO. We had a nice conversation. I have it up on YouTube and I will link it in the description. I highly recommend you go check it out. But this tool, it seems really, really interesting and a little bit of a competitor to me. I gotta say, this, I think might take a couple of people away from me. But it's okay. I want to make sure that small business owners they get their information that they need to be able to succeed. All right. The U.S. Small Business Administration, or SBA, has recently announced that it has approved 19 loans totaling over $30 million through its revamped Grocery Guarantee Program. This initiative is part of a broader strategy aimed at reducing food prices across the country. SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler emphasized that the program supports small businesses at the heart of America's food economy, especially after challenging times under the previous administration. Her words. The grocery guarantee offers 90% loan guarantee, an increase from the standard 75%, incentivizing lenders to finance businesses in critical sectors like food production, processing, and distribution. This support is expected to enhance production and distribution capabilities, ultimately leading to more affordable groceries for families. Eligible businesses include those in farming, livestock production, and grocery distribution. While this program opens doors for many entrepreneurs, there are many challenges, including specific eligibility requirements and the need for documentation to prove their role in the food supply chain. Furthermore, businesses must manage their financial responsibilities to take on loans, ensuring they can handle the repayment. The SBA encourages potential borrowers to consult with their financial managers for guidance on navigating the program and how it can work alongside other funding options. Overall, the Grocery Guarantee Program is seen as a significant opportunity for small businesses to grow while contributing to a more stable food supply in America. Anything that can really help US businesses, especially with the food chain. The food chain that we have here in America is extremely vital, and it's tough out there. It's tough for farmers. It's tough for food processing companies because margins can be a little bit tight and even sometimes not at all there when it comes to food production. And we do need to be able to support our farmers. I live in a very farm central area, and I have many friends that are farmers, and it is tough for them. Some it's not tough for. I've got some pretty rich farmers. It depends on the industry that you're out there in. But yeah, it can be really tough, especially with all the regulations. Anything with food has many regulations, and so anything that we can do to kind of make their life a little bit easier, I'm all for it. And this isn't a handout, this is a loan. So it's not like we're just giving them money. So Zoho. Zoho Corporation has recently announced that it has launched its Nathula server, aimed at optimizing technology behind its applications. While this server may not directly affect operations for a business owner, it could lead to reduced costs and improved performances in software that rely on AI and cloud services. Zoho claims that the Nathula can cut total cost of ownership by 20 to 30% and lower power consumption by up to 18%. This is critical for small businesses that depend on affordable and efficient software tools. CEO Shailesh Davi emphasized that this launch reflects Zoho's effort to enhance control over its technology stack by developing its system in-house rather than relying on third-party cloud providers. The Nathula server features enhanced processors developed with Intel and is designed to handle various applications, including AI-driven tasks. This means that small business customers might benefit from more stable pricing, faster applications, and increased access to AI features without dramatic cost increases. Moreover, Zoho is committed to talent development, particularly in India, where it's training engineers to work on such innovations. This investment is not only enhances local technology capabilities, but also aligns with the Indian government initiative. Overall, AI is increasingly impacts business software. Zoho's launch of the Nathula server could reshape how small businesses accept or access and use technology, ensuring better performance and sustainability in the years to come. If you're able to find ways to be able to stabilize prices, and from what I'm seeing here, I mean this, being able to put in technology in house and and utilizing people within India. I mean, this is an Indian company, and so instead of just like, oh, we'll just bring them over to the U.S., we'll teach them, and they're kind of building up their own workforce in India, and I do love that. They're saying in Sridhar, he's gone on record many times saying it's like, no, we don't need to send our people out overseas. Let's keep them in here. And so, I mean, they're practicing what they're preaching, and they're building their own system within India. And as a result, we as a small business community, we can benefit. I mean, Zoho is already very well priced, and I love that. That's the that's a really good thing. They have some really good software for that price too. It's not like you get subpar software for a good price. You get good software for a good price. And this is just them finding more ways to be able to better serve their customers for a good price. And I like it. On to the deals. All right, first up, comes from Amazon. This is the Anker Solex S2000 portable power station. Goes for $600, normal price, $1,200 thereabouts. And I mean, if you don't have a power station, a little backup power station, I highly recommend it, especially plugging it into your internet, your router, your modem. That way, if your power goes out, even if it's just those two things that are on it, it's really nice to be able to have those going while the power is out. Then you're not using cellular data. Everyone's using cellular data when the power is out. I get power outages in my area more frequent than it should happen, and it has saved my butt more times than I can count because I put my computers on it too, and so it gives me at least about a half an hour to be able to get in here, turn off, and mine's not as much as this one. This got a lot of power, so you got a lot of time with this one. But mine, it's just a small amount of time, but it's enough time for me to be able to properly shut things down, which is really nice. But I recommend getting a backup power station, and this one has a good price and good capacity. Luggage, for whatever reason, is stupid expensive. I don't know why luggage is just so much, but this comes from Woot for $220. You get 3 pieces of luggage, which is a really good price for 3 pieces of luggage. And it comes in a really good color. I like the gray. Tie a ribbon on it. Make sure that put a sticker on it so you're not getting confused with other people who have gray luggage. But $220 for 3 pieces of luggage is it's a pretty good deal, almost a steal. It normally goes for $500. I don't know if it normally goes for $500, but whatever. All right. I've featured some of these Shark vacuums before. $90 for a mopping vacuum. I'm actually going to probably get this deal after the show. I'm going to go and buy it because that is really good. I bought one for my mother-in-law recently, like about a year ago, and it was a Shark, and it was going for about $300. This one's brand new. The one that's I'm showing you here is refurbished, but if you don't mind a refurbish, I don't mind a good refurbished one. But it is factory reconditioned, so it comes from Shark. It's not a third party doing the refurbish, but $90 for a mopping Shark vacuum cleaner, that is a really good deal. I'm going to be moving into a new place here soon. All laminate floors. This is going to be perfect for that. May pick up 2. I don't know. That's a really good deal. But if you got carpet, if you don't got, you don't need the mopping feature, for $20 less, they'd have the non-mopping version for $70. And again, these Sharks, they last a pretty good long time. I've actually had really good experiences with their support team. They're very willing to actually replace things that are outside of the normal the normal warranty. So yeah, I mean, it was cheaper to get it off of Amazon because you still had to pay for shipping and handling, but they were going to give it that it was the little spinning drum bush. They were going to give it to me for free. I just had to pay for shipping, and Prime shipping was cheaper. All right, on to the last segment, our Reddit stories. Filed a small claim lawsuit for the first time, actually got paid. Just wanted to share this. I've been in business for 20 years and have never done this before. I generally can withhold work or get paid, so I don't haven't had many people ghost my bills, but there have been a few. In the past, I've let it go because I thought it wouldn't be worth the effort. But this one was about $1,300. Yeah, that would hurt, and I was just irritated by it. It cost $95 to file, and I could do it online. Another $30 to pay the sheriff office to serve the defendant, and $10 because I didn't want to drive the $30 to the sheriff, and they told me if you can mail cash, it would go missing, which I thought was odd for a sheriff's office to say. So I mailed it certified with a return receipt. I had a contract and included 1% per month overdue invoice. I included the late fee and the suit and the amount about paid for the filing fees. It took 2 hours to file 75% of that was because I've never done it before and I had to figure everything out. So at least next time you don't have to try to figure it out. Mm. One thing I hadn't previously appreciated is that you have to file in the defendant's county. This client, it was a company, was about an hour and a half drive. So I was going to court, which would have been, so going to court would have been a hassle. Tomorrow is our court date, and he contacted me last night and said to email him a link and that he would pay, and he paid it today. So I guess tomorrow I'll call the county clerk, and let them know that it's been settled. Overall, it's something I would do again. Maybe just got lucky. The travel part is something I'll keep in mind on the future, though. Anyways, I mostly just wanted to share with people who can relate. So, yeah, I mean, if you got paid, awesome. I'm pretty sure that there were some other avenues, but this seemed to be like the quickest, just a small claims court, have the sheriff served. And now that you know the process, maybe you could teach one of your employees, if you got an employee, and this is for some people that maybe do have employees, but yeah, just, well, Chuck hasn't paid us, so let's go through the process. And there are some things for there are avenues. There are avenues for businesses to get paid if you haven't been paid. Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it is worth it. You don't want to be the doormat. Buyer filed chargeback after delivery. Bank ruled against me despite proof of the scam. I'm a small handmade clothing business, and I was recently scammed out of $450 through a chargeback. A buyer purchased several handmade pieces from me and asked for her order to be rushed so it would arrive in time for her B-day birthday. I prioritized the order, spent many hours sewing the garments, and got expedient shipping. After she received the order on time, she filed a chargeback with Sutton Bank, claiming that she never received the package. She claimed that I blocked her and never responded to her concerns. I have proof that I responded to her messages within hours and that we had multiple friendly conversations back and forth about her order. She even claimed I blocked her on TikTok and Facebook, despite the fact that I don't know her TikTok account and I don't even have a Facebook account. She also told her bank that UPS said that they never received the package, which directly contradicts the tracking records showing the package moved through the UPS system and being delivered. She's clearly lying about her package not being delivered, and she is on She is the one who blocked me, not vice versa, and she tried to remove all traces of our messages to fit her narrative. I submitted all this evidence during the chargeback dispute process, including our messages, UPS, door to door tracking, and proof of delivery, but Sutton Bank still ruled in her favor. As a result, I lost the $450 payment. Shopify told me that there's nothing that they can do now that the case is closed. Has anyone else dealt with something similar, or is there anything I can do besides small claims court? I'm hesitant to go that route because the buyer has my personal address. Yeah, personal retaliation would be a bit of a fear, but the biggest thing that you can do is call the cops, because all of that is fraud. It's chargeback fraud. It is highly illegal. If it's a multi-state thing, oh boy. Um, yeah, call the cops and then get a police report and then use that police report to be able to look at yeah, doing the small claims court. Eh, yeah, I know that they have your personal address, and yeah, if they start coming to harass you, that's just more for the cops to be able to use. But yeah, go involve the cops, go after them. Don't let this lie, because then they're just going to do it to another person. They need to know that there are consequences to their actions. And yeah, definitely go through small claims court, get your money back. And also, there's fees for you when it comes to chargeback. When it comes to the bank, 90% of the time they're going to side with the client. They're not going to side with you, and it's really hard to fight a chargeback. So even when you got all this evidence like you do, it's maybe you look for a different bank. You'd be like, well, you guys didn't have my back. But honestly, all the banks are going to do that. PayPal is like that. They will usually side with the buyer, not the seller, when it comes to PayPal. They're all like that though, so don't even worry about it when it comes to the bank. Is it worth it if you're just replacing your salary? I have a corporate job that I hate, but earns me around $150,000 per year. I have a business concept that my modeling shows that I can earn between $130,000 to $200,000 depending on the market. There's an enormous comfort in just going to work, doing my job, receiving my paycheck. Although I'm about to find out I'm being made redundant, but whatever. Okay. So you might be fired soon. I'm not in the US, so I don't care about benefits like healthcare, but my job allows 4 weeks paid leave and 10 days of sick leave, which obviously I will miss in a business. The upside is that the business is huge, but the prospect of only just replacing my salary while putting at risk $150,000 of startup capital and losing all my opportunities of leave has me wondering if it's even worth it. What are the experiences with this? And in the end, uh, I'm at the end of my tether with my current job. So it just depends. I mean, ultimately, in the end, it depends on if you want to be able to have the freedom of being your own boss. Now, yes, if you were to just be able to get through 130 to 200K, that might be not necessarily the best. Not the best. Um, I would go with a vertical that gives you the ability to expand. I mean, even a plumber can find ways to be able to expand his business. I have a friend and plumbing got made his own business. They're starting to hire people to be able to do more and more work. And that's the aspect that you need to be looking for when it comes to your business. Look for a vertical that allows you to be able to continue to increase and grow, especially you don't want to be capped out. And yeah, there's freelancers who can do that, or who get into that to the point where it's just like I'm only doing my freelance work. Um, but being your own business owner, there is a comfort in that. Being able to do the thing that you love to do rather than being on the corporate job where you might be able to get fired at the drop of a hat. That is all I got for you today. If you enjoyed this show, give it a thumbs up. If you came across this naturally, hit that subscribe button. I try to do this every week. I'm going to be moving here soon, so there may be some weeks I may not be able to do it. But I try to do this. I try to do this often. And if at any point I said something that you disagreed with, well, there's a comment section. Go ahead, fire up that comment section and let me know what you think. Until next week.